Today we have a very exciting, special, exclusive class related to Ramadan, where we're going to cover one of the best books ever authored by humans, the Ramadan Journal, and more for kids. All right, now we're going to cover Ramadan Day 2. Hey, who wants to read the ayah? Yalla, yalla. Well, everybody's. Oh. Me. I can't pick because I don't see everybody here, Mussab. I don't know what's wrong with this thing, man. Anyways, I fixed it. Okay, whoever said me first gets to read.
Okay, Ruqayya, raise your hand.
Yalla, Ruqayya. Pay attention, read properly. You said kitabi. I don't see a kasra on the ba. Either nobody or everybody at the same time. طيب ما في مشكلة. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. This is the book about which there is no doubt, a guidance for those conscious of Allah. طيب, what book are we speaking about here? Okay, I will come to the word conscious. Just wait. I got your question. I knew that some of you may not know the word. Okay? So, first of all, the book here is referring to the Quran. طيب, there's no doubt in it, meaning when people are confused about anything, of course we're talking about things pertaining to why we were created, what we're supposed to believe, matters of the Day of Judgment, issues pertaining to Jannah and Jahannam, and all these major issues. The Quran is the ultimate and the only, along with the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, these are the only two resources for us to be guided. That's why there's no doubt in them. Where do we find doubt, for example? We find doubt in the book of science. If you read a science book, you will be doubtful because you don't know whether what the scientists said, is it going to be true for a long time? Or maybe 200 years from now, scientists will discover something that will make them say, oh, whoa, no way, what we thought was, a fact, a scientific fact all these years, oh, we turned out to be wrong because now we made new discoveries, we learned more things and blah, 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 blah. So scientists and science are an example where you don't have, you have a lot of doubt and there's no certainty. Unlike the book of Allah, because it is revealed by Allah, then everything in it is certain and there's absolutely no doubt. So when you're confused, you refer to the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they will guide you. Why did I say and the Sunnah? Because Allah said this book, there's no doubt in this book, but this book told you to follow the Sunnah of the Prophet alaihi wasallam. Allah said in the Quran, وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولَ. Aywa, obey Allah and obey the messenger, meaning the Sunnah of the messenger is part of the belief that we have. طيب, it's a guidance for those conscious of Allah. Conscious meaning those who bring something to mind. When you bring something to mind, you are...
I get it. Like they make it up.
What?
Like they make it up and add it, and it's not real?
No. Again, when you're conscious of something, meaning it's on your mind all the time. Okay? So let me give you... Time out. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have a big zit on your nose. A big pimple on your nose. Okay?
A pimple?
A pimple. You know what a pimple is?
Yeah. No.
You don't know what a pimple is? Okay, whatever. When you go out in front of the people, you know how the whole time you're worried about it, that the people can see it?
Yeah.
So you're conscious of it. You say, I'm conscious of this pimple, meaning it's constantly on my mind. It's something that I cannot forget. It's occupying my entire brain. That is the concept of being conscious. I'm just trying to give you an idea to understand what conscious means. So when we say people are conscious of Allah, meaning all the time they think about Allah. They are always thinking about Allah. So whenever there's an opportunity to obey Allah, they obey Allah. And whenever they're in a situation where they're going to disobey Allah, they are conscious of Allah. So they say, no, I don't want to disobey Allah. So they stay away from disobeying Allah. This is what is meant by the idea of being conscious of Allah. Clear?
Clear.
Good. So the Quran is the guidance for who? For the people that are conscious of Allah. What does that mean? There's something in Tafseer called Mafhumul Mukhalafa. The concept of opposition. The concept of opposition means when Allah establishes something, meaning the opposite is also established. When Allah proves something, meaning the opposite is already being proven. For example, if Allah says that this Quran, this book, is a guidance for those conscious of Allah, that means that for those who are not conscious of Allah, is it guidance or not?
Yes.
No!
No. Why?
Guys, if the Quran is a guidance for those conscious of Allah, those who think about Allah all the time, what about those who don't think about Allah at all? Will it be guidance for them?
No.
No, it will not. Why? Because they don't care.
No.
Yes,
No.
because yes.
No.
Okay, guys. Okay. Give me a chance. You can say no one time, and one person can say no. Not everybody has to tell me no. That you understand why? Meaning it works in the reverse way. So for those who are conscious of Allah, they will be guided by the Quran. If someone does not care about Allah, no matter how, you know how there are many people right now, like look at the non-Muslims. If you see a non-Muslim, if you tell him, don't eat this bacon, it's haram. Does he care? He doesn't care. He's going to say, what? He's going to say, what haram? What are you talking about? And he's going to proceed to take a bite of a sandwich because he's not conscious of Allah. Therefore, the Quran, which prohibits eating pork, is not going to affect that person because he is not conscious of Allah. Are you with me? So this means you have to work hard, and for you to really benefit from the Quran in the ultimate way, you have to always be conscious of Allah. This is our homework as Muslims. Clear?
Clear.
Beautiful.
Clear.
Until then, you take care of yourselves, you behave, you benefit from Ramadan. If you're fasting, then, take care of yourself. And if you're praying, then pray properly. And make sure that you're worshiping Allah for the sake of Allah, not for the sake of the people. And make sure that you're being good to your parents. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.